Do you ever find yourself sitting down to write that thank you card and not knowing what to write, just sitting there staring at the blank piece of paper? Today we're talking about 5 different thank you note samples that you can send as a real estate agent. Stick around. Hi there, how you doing? My name is Michael Montgomery with Rev Real Estate School. Today we are talking about the thank you card. Oftentimes, when I'm sitting down with an agent, they want to know, who do I send these cards to? What is a good time to send the card? What do I say in the card? The big thing that does come up is, I don't think I have enough people to send thank you cards to. Let's think about that. If you've watched any of our stuff before, the one trick that we have is just open up your calendar and look over the past few days, weeks or so, and see where you've been. If you look at where you've been and what you've done, there are always opportunities for you to send thank you notes. In this video, we're going to go over 5 different people that you should be sending thank you notes to. We're not going to talk about somebody sends you a referral, so you should send them a thank you note. That's an obvious one. We're going to talk about things that maybe you haven't thought of. But the one great trick when you're trying to find people to send thank you notes to is just opening up that calendar and looking at where you've been. So our first opportunity to send a thank you note, anybody who has provided you with a service. We're talking about a plumber, we're talking about a lawyer, we're talking about a barista, we're talking about a server, we're talking about a store owner, we're talking about anything. Anytime that somebody has provided you with some level of a service, that is an opportunity for a thank you note. The question that comes up here, that person doesn't necessarily know me. You know, I met them over, say, if it was a coffee, it was a barista. How are they supposed to know who I am? Well, that's totally fine, because I love receiving thank you notes. It doesn't matter if I know who you are or not. They're still great. They sit up at my office. I look at them every single day when I walk by. They're great. So don't be so concerned about that. And if you're worried about that, you can also put in a business card. Put a little business card in there, write a little thank you right on your business card, write the thank you note and send it to them. A lot of people will then look you up. It'll prompt them to look you up. So make sure that your social media profiles and your online profiles are all congruent. Next, anytime you enter somebody's house, anytime you open the door and you walk into their house, that is an opportunity for a thank you card. This can be done during real estate time too, so whether you're prospecting, door knocking, these sort of things, opportunity to send a thank you card, or friend, family, whatever that might be, anytime you enter into somebody's house, thank you card. For the business card, most of the time I won't, because I know that person, but if it was a relationship that was made through a business sense, like door knocking or something like that, then I would throw a business card directly in there. Number 3 is after a buyer presentation or a listing presentation. This is such an opportune time and it's missed. When you have a listing presentation or a buyer presentation, after that, what do you think's happening? These people are going back and they're thinking about who do they want to use as a real estate agent. Now, if you are in the running for that, do you think if they receive a handwritten note from you that it will increase your chances? Absolutely. Anytime you go to a listing presentation, after that listing presentation, drop a thank you note in the mail the next day. Now, let's say this is number 4. You do not get the listing, you do not get the buyer. Another great time to send a thank you note. Thank you very much for considering me. Now, sometimes I get, well, they didn't choose me, so why should I be sending them a thank you? Well, I think we all know that listings can expire and things can change. Maintaining that relationship is important. It is important. So sending that thank you card is another very opportune thank you card that can benefit you down the road. Finally, when a buyer removes conditions. So yes, it's exciting, of course, when the buyer's moving in, but sending a little thank you, hey, thanks so much for allowing me to represent you in your purchase, when they've waived conditions, can be an awesome time to send a thank you card. Why? Simply because once they've waived those conditions is usually when they're getting into the office and they're saying, I just bought a house, this is happening. And if they received a thank you card, then it can prompt them to pass your name on quite quickly. So it can be an awesome time when everyone's excited, the buyer's excited, and they want to sing your praises to other people that they are meeting. It's an awesome time to send a thank you card. So don't be afraid of the thank you card. Number one thing when you're looking for people to send thank you cards to, open up that calendar, look back, and then otherwise, feel free to use these 5 tips. Thanks very much. Do let me know in the comments, do you send thank you cards? Do you like receiving thank you cards? Thank you very much for watching this video. We will see you in the next one.